Hello and welcome back to the channel. First of all, I'd like to start by thanking all my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below. Hit that notification bell and set it on all so you'll be notified whenever we drop a video or whenever we go live. And at some time during this video, or if you'd like to take a second right now, smash that like button, that thumbs up button. That really helps push the video into through the algorithm, and it streams on more in a different, more frequently. That being said, if anybody who has subscribed is having trouble not getting notified, if you've hit that notification bell and you're not getting notified, try to unsubscribe, resubscribe, and hit that notification bell again, and make sure you put it on all. See if that helps. I have one subscriber that tried that. It still didn't change things. So I'm gonna see if I could find out, get some information on what we could do about that. But I'd really appreciate it for anybody who's not getting notified and did put that notification bell on, if they could go ahead and make sure that notification bell is on all. Okay, so I wasn't gonna do a video today. I was gonna take the day off. I always seem to feel a little bit guilty when I don't do a video. I know some people really enjoy watching the videos and listening to the stories and stuff, especially my truck drivers. Shout out to all the truck drivers, man. I really appreciate you guys, the work that you do, and also for subscribing to the channel. So anyways, I'm going to get into this. This video's about the LA County Jail, specifically the jails in LA County and the Department of Corrections in California. I seen a video by Santo G. If you haven't checked out his videos, check him out, Santo G. He put some good content out. He did a video on what's better, the LA County Jail or being in CDC, in prison. And I know he sees it with a different perspective because he's younger than me. He never really experienced how jail used to be and how prison used to be, because it was very, very different and much better back in the days. Just to start off with the food, okay? The food in the state was better. You ate better. You walk to chow, you get hot meals. And back in the days, we'd get like pork chops. We'd have a Mexican day where they'd have like this type of maybe a steak picado type dinner. There'd be another day where it'd be Italian, it'd be spaghetti. Another day it'll be those big sausages, they call them donkey dicks. SOS was made with real meat and really, really good gravy, and you'd get served a lot of food, Big old cinnamon rolls, donuts with icing on them. Real breakfasts, Denny's breakfast. That one day when we called it Denny's breakfast, that thing was like Denny's breakfast. You had your hash browns, your eggs, your sausage, your bacon, the whole works. Your toast. And of course, the food's a lot different now. Now the state food is almost as bad as the county jail food. The only difference is, at least in the state, most of the time you're walking to chow if it's normal program. So if you're in prison, you walk to chow and you get a better plate, a warmer plate, just served. Whereas in the county, in most parts of LA County Jail, they bring the food in these big metal crates, and the food sits out in the hall for a while, and you eat inside the dorms on the tables. By the time you get your food and sit down, it's cold. The food's really bad. Takes some time getting used to. I know in the state you're able to buy more store than in the county, and of course, you're able to receive more money in the state than in the county. In the county, I think they could, well, back in the day, in the county they would only be able to leave you $40 per visit. You know, it's different now. You know, there's different ways you could get money put in accounts and stuff. But that being said, about getting the $40 when they come and visit you in the LA County jail, the visits, that's one thing that there was a big difference between the state and LA County jail. Most people that live in LA County jail, their people would be able to go and see them, their girlfriends, you know, maybe pops or mom want to go see you, or both, a carnala, a brother, a homie, a homegirl. Long as they didn't have warrants, they'd be able to go in right away and visit you, you know, leave you some money, keep you abreast on what's going on at home, you know, the wife, the kids, you know, you could see them every visiting day. Where in the state, your family has to travel farther and it costs them more money because they have to stay in a hotel or something. You know, it inconveniences them. They have to wait for a day off from work. Sometimes they want to visit you both days of visiting. In the weekend, they'll go and rent a room up there wherever the prison's at so that they're close by and they could get there early. And, you know, it's either that or a long drive, you know. It's inconvenient for visitors. If you're in LA County jail, you're just right here, right in the vicinity of whatever city you got arrested in, you know. Of course, the movement now is different. Before, you used to be able to walk to chow in the county, and like I said, the food was better back in the days. You'd get ham and eggs, you know, those roscas, those big cinnamon rolls with peanut butter and oatmeal, and just was way better. You'd get juice, orange juice or pineapple juice, and coffee, whatever you wanted, you know. Once they started feeding you in the table out of those carts, it was all bad. And it was always cool walking to chow and kicking it in the chow hall, eating, seeing people who was there in the jail with you. They had this thing called a slow table because they only gave you a certain amount of time to eat, and if you weren't done, they tell you pick it up. Well, you could go to the slow table if you still had food left on your plate and kick it there for a while. And sometimes you could milk it and stay there for some time till the homie you're waiting for comes in, or whatever you're doing, whatever you're up to, you know. Yeah, it was different back in the days. Now I know they're eating out of carts and they're eating in the cells. They take the food down to the modules and feed in the modules. Another thing, of course, is the showers. In the state, you know, you could take a shower just about any time of the day. You know, just come out of your cell. You're there in the day room. Go take a nice hot shower. Usually you could pretty much stay in there as long as you need to. In the county jail, they shower you systematically, where they pull you out and they put a bunch of guys in the shower. Sometimes the water's cold, you know, and you only have a certain amount of time. You know, so you got to soap up fast, rinse off fast, because when they're done, they cut the water off and everybody's out. And you could have soap on you, they don't give a shit, you know. So, of course, the chance to shower and be clean is a lot more convenient in the state. Of course, you could bird bath. It's not the same as a good shower, you know. There's a big difference. Of course, in the state, you have all your appliances at some point. If you're there for a while, hopefully you're able to get your TV, your Super 3 radio, your CD player, your earphones, you know, some CDs, you know, corridos or rap or oldies, whatever you like to listen to. You have your TV, you know, you can watch whatever stations you get there, whatever prison you're at. Your hot pot, you know, so when you make a soup, you're using hot water. In the county, the water don't come out hot. So, you know, unless you have a means to heat the water, which there are ways, but it's difficult. You know, you're making your soup with some lukewarm water. You know, It's just all bad. Back in the days, you'd be able, in the LA County Jail, you'd be able to buy cartons of cigarettes, have your matches and your bugler bags. You'd be able to turn those into little hot pots where you fill them up with water and make a bomb out of toilet paper and heat up your water nice till it's boiling nice and hot and make a nice hot cup of coffee or a hot soup. But it's just harder now. You could still make something like that. It's just harder to do now without the matches and the other. So you could still get a light. It's still doable. It's just a little bit more difficult depending on where you're being housed. But in the county jail, you got no radio, no CD, no appliances at all. No fan. None of the things that you could have in prison. So that's a big plus being in prison. County jail, you got none of those appliances. Another thing is when there's yard, you're able to go out in the yard and talk with the homies from the different buildings. You might be able to learn a trade. They have different trades in prison. I know they have welding in some places, wood shop, computer repairs, all kinds of different trades depending on where you're at. Plumbing, electrical. A lot of them have college programs. You can get a college degree or finish your high school program. In the county jail, they used to have a lot of trade programs because some people would do like a year and a half, 2 years in the county jail, and they had a print shop. They had where they made the clothes. You learn how to use all the different machines to sew clothes, pillows, whatever you were making. Use those big presses to iron clothes. A lot of the police uniforms would be ironed there. Inmates would iron their clothes, crease them up for visiting. They had the shoe shop where you learned how to construct shoes and repair shoes and stuff. They had meat service, food service, butchering, a lot of different trades in LA County, and you get a certificate, and there was job placement when you got out. So there were opportunities to learn a trade. I don't know about now. A lot of things have changed in both the prison system and the county since the last time I've been there. I paroled in 2005 from prison. The last time I was in LA County jail was, I think, 2015. And at that time where I was, there was no movement. There was. I didn't get. See, usually when you're doing time there, one thing is fighting your case from the county jail. Another thing is doing time. When you're doing time in the county jail, you go to different facilities where they need workers, where they need people that could contribute to what needs to be done, working in the laundry room, whatever it is, some construction work, plumbing, all that stuff. But I don't know if they have the same type of training and trades and certificates that they did back in the days in the county jail. If anybody knows, let me know. I'm curious about that. But as we all know, things have changed in a big way, not only in the county but in prison too. Prison just ain't what it used to be. You can't even wear clothes anymore. Before, you used to get a package, and you could get your Pro Club T-shirts, your Levi's, your 501s, or whatever you wear, sweatshirts, sweatpants. Now I think most of the prisons now, they're all wearing those clown suits, like either a two-piece or a one-piece, like jumpsuit with CDC written all over it. Way back in the days, they used to give you county pants with 3 red lines. They were red liners, they called them, running down the side. You get them fixed up, put a little baby cuff on the end, get your state shoes, your state boots, and shine them up real nice. And then you'd have your county shirt. If you had a long sleeve, you cut it 3/4. You'd be able to get a little bit G'd up. People even wanted those pants and stuff and those shoes even out in the street. And I think some of the, a little bit of the style came from in there, I believe, of the way that company, that clothing company, county pants. I believe that came from the old jail and prison clothes that they used to give. It's the same style, same type of clothes. They even have some redliners. I've seen them here out in the street. Anyways, so from way back in the days to today, things have really changed. I think for the worse. Not being able to get clothes and have different type of clothing. It really makes you realize like you're incarcerated, you're in prison. It's just one small convenience that I know the inmates appreciate it. Being able to wear a nice thick Pro Club or something, T-shirt. Anyways, all in all, I believe the state's the best place to do time overall. Why? You got the trades, you have all those appliances. You eat better than in the county, especially if you're walking a chow, only because the food's hot and you get it served right there, and the movement, especially on the weekends when you could go to the yard and kick it with the homies on the yard, play football or handball. It's just way better in the state, doing time in the state. Doing time in the county isn't bad if you're getting visits, if you got some hustle and you're doing your thing and you're staying occupied, you're making some money, and you're able to buy some extra food, from the kitchen workers, some extra, maybe they make some burgers or something, from ODR, from the officers' dining room and stuff. Although you can cook up a little something in the state, but it's not the same as getting food cooked in the kitchen, The county wasn't a bad place to do time. Now since there's no movement, you're always stuck inside the cells for the most part. Yeah, the county sucks. The county's just overall better. The state, I'm sorry. But getting to the state's a bitch because you got to go through reception. Reception, you're 2 or 3 months stuck in reception. You don't have nothing, no TV, no hot pot, no appliances, and you're just stuck there until they decide where you're going to go. And then from reception, you're going to go land somewhere where you got to stay in orientation until they decide what yard they're going to send you on, Then when you get there, you have to wait until you start receiving your appliances. There's a process you got to go through. But once you're settled in, you already have your time. It's just all about getting a routine going and setting up your program in the state. In the county, you're surrounded by people who are stressed out. They don't know how much. Some of them are facing life without. They're all stressed out. They haven't got their time yet. They just got, a lot of them just got there and they're going through changes, physiological changes, because they're coming down off of whatever they were doing in the street. Some people are losing their families, their wives, their jobs, their homes. People are walking around like stress boxes, and it's more volatile when you have people in that kind of mental condition, and more likely for stuff to jump off and for you to get into it with somebody that's just going through it, The people in the state, they've already gotten their time. They've had time to sit there in reception and accept their fate. And basically, they just want to get somewhere where they could get out, move around, and get some breathing room. And once they start receiving their stuff, they even start feeling better. And then they make themselves at home the best they can, They get a jacked up cell, they paint it up, wax the floors, polish the toilet, make themselves at home as best they can, In the county jail, it's different. You're always moving around. You're mixed in with it's just a melting pot, of people. Some people came off the street, they got poor hygiene, they smell. People are hoarding the toilet paper, You're going to go through it in the county. So, yeah, I guess when you really think about it, there's just no comparison, man. The state the state's the place to go and do your time. Unless you're only doing a year or two, might as well kick it in the county. You know, by the time you go through all that process, through reception and start getting your things, you're gonna be too short to the pad. You know, so if you pick up like a case where you're able to do the time in the county, and then man, county kicks you out. I mean, they cut your time up so much for so many different reasons. Time you know you're only doing 35% of your time. You know. Most of the time in the state, you're going to do 85%. If you're in the feds, you're doing your whole sentence, you know. Anyways, this is my video. A little bit pros and cons of jail and prison. I just wanted to extend a little bit on what the homeboy Santo G shared about being in prison, being in jail. Again, the pros and cons, the good, the bad, and the ugly, you know. And I know a lot of you have been through it. A lot of you were probably just kind of like going back in memory lane, remembering all of that stuff, because we forget, you know. I even forgot until I seen this video, and I started to think about things, you know. Yeah, this is a place to be out here, man, where we could just go pull up wherever we want Chinese food, we want barbecue, whatever we want, you know. We got so much stuff happening out here, man, with the tacos, burritos, tortas, and everything else, you know. And got your wife, your kids, your family, your loved ones, and got your job or whatever you're doing to get your income, you know, whatever kind of your own business or whatever you're doing. There's no comparison, man. Everybody wants to be free. Hang on to your freedom, whatever it takes, man. Be careful with the decisions you make, and be careful with losing your temper, man. You could fuck your freedom off in a minute and a half, you know, because somebody gets like all right here, you know, and you're like, fuck this. It don't take that much to walk away. Maybe it's a little bit more for others. Like me, it's hard for me, but when I do, it's usually because I was able to, and it wasn't that serious, you know. If you're able to walk away, it's not that serious, you know. Hang on to your freedom. Whatever you got to do, whatever it takes. God bless you for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button down below, and become a part of the Cali Legends family. Thank you very much.